Hello everyone, I am Sena Biberci. I am a second year PhD student at the Department of Neuroscience. Now I am going to present you my PhD project titled Statistical Learning and Emotional Distractor Suppression, supervised by Professor Leonardo Chelazzi. I do research in the field of cognitive neuropsychology. In the cognitive aspect, we study mental processes take place in the brain, such as attention, learning, memory. I focus on visual attention, which is a mechanism that allows us to select the relevant visual information from our surroundings while disregarding the irrelevant ones. I am particularly interested in the timing of these processes, which brings us to the second aspect of my research area. So we try to understand the structure, the function of the brain, and how it works to generate emotions, behaviors, and physiological responses. I use electroencephalography, which is a neuroimaging technique that allows us to collect electrical physiological activities of the brain and helps us to evaluate neural dynamics and the timing of these attentional processes. In the psychological aspect, we study the changes in behavior in a given context. I do research among healthy adults, but it can be extended to different groups of people, such as elders, students, and patients. In our daily life, we see and we hear things. We define them as stimuli in the field of research. However, what you see is going to be slightly different than what I see, because our attention has a limit and we attend what they are relevant to each of us. However, if we share a common goal or complete a common task, such as finding the different shape stimulus or which color has mentioned, in this case, our attention will be oriented toward this target stimulus. And we define all the other stimuli than the target as distractors. Distractors are stimuli that divert our attention away from the task, often causing interference or disruption on our performance due to their salience. They might be salient due to their physical features, such as having a different shape or color, or due to their emotional valence, such as negative. What I do is to compare these different types of distractors and their influences on our behavior. First of all, we wanted to observe how the presence of a distractor influences our performance. In order to do that, we compared the distractor absent trials and distractor present trials with basic shapes. In the experiment, we had a colored square as our target, as presented a green square here, and in the absence of the distractor, participants show high target detection as indicated in accuracy, and improvement in performance as a function of practice as indicated in time. However, when we presented a salient distractor, in our case it is a red square, which is different than our target, we have seen impairment in performance. Participants committed more errors in distractor present trials than absent trials. And we wanted to replicate these results with more complex stimuli. Again, we compared distractor absent versus distractor present trials. When we introduce a neutral distractor along with the target, we observed a dramatical change in our behavior. Participants' performance was worse in distractor present condition compared to distractor absent condition. Finally, we manipulated the emotional saliency of the distractor stimulus and we presented a negative distractor along with our target. The negative stimulus was much more potent to capture our attention. As a result, participants committed more errors responding at target and resulted in performance impairment. We observed that distractor presence caused increased difficulty in focusing on the task at hand and impaired our performance. So, in our daily life, they can cause reduced productivity, impaired concentration, safety concerns at work, or negative impact on learning. So we wanted to understand how distracting power of this task irrelevant but salient stimuli can be controlled. Our understanding may help to increase productivity, concentration, safety, and it can have a good and high impact on learning. Before concluding, I would like to thank each member of Nexus Emergent Attention Lab, and I would like to thank you for your attention.